The Sarnax thought Callistonide was an easy target and abandoned speck on the edge of human space. They were wrong. The outpost was alive, waiting, and beneath its frozen surface, Earth's deadliest secret stirred. By the time the aliens realized their mistake, it would be too late. The stars above the Hellion sector shimmered like shards of frozen light, indifferent to the chaos unfolding below. On the edge of mapped space, the tiny human outpost of Callistonine seemed like an easy target, isolated, poorly defended, or so the Sarnax High Command believed, from their orbital station. Admiral Krelthak watched the sensors blink with amusement. This sector is hardly monitored, he purred to his council. A single strike, and these humans will beg for mercy. They are nothing compared to the might of the Sarnax armada. A fleet of sleek, predatory ships cut through the darkness, their hulls gleaming with the iridescence of living metal. At the forefront, the flagship Vorash hummed with latent energy. The Sarnax forces had grown arrogant over centuries, assuming that any human settlement so far from the Sol system was a primitive, defenseless colony. They did not know and would soon learn that they were wrong on Callisto. The outpost appeared as nothing more than a scattering of metallic buildings, a communications tower, and a few landing pads. But beneath the surface, hidden from satellites and scans, the heart of the installation was alive with precision, power, and lethal intent. Earth's elite drill project Talon was no ordinary mining facility, designed as a deep space testing ground for humanity's most advanced military technologies. It was capable of rapid transformation. Within minutes it could turn from a research outpost into a fortress capable of annihilating an entire alien fleet. Lieutenant Commander Hannah Reyes strode down the corridor of the subterranean command center. Her dark eyes flicked across the banks of monitors, each displaying real-time tactical data. She had been briefed that detection was likely and that any Sarnax encounter would not be negotiable. "Target acquisition complete," she murmured. "They're in range." Deep beneath the frozen surface, massive drills began to churn, slicing through rock and metal with precision unmatched by anything in the known galaxy. They were not there for mining, they were there to create strategic channels for the deployment of Project Talon's true weapons: kinetic plasma cannons, subterranean railguns, and cloaked orbital turrets. Every system hummed with barely restrained power. Above ground, the Sarnax ships descended without hesitation. Their first salvo ripped through the outpost's exterior, expecting minimal resistance. The ground shook violently, and clouds of dust rose into the thin atmosphere. Yet, to their confusion, nothing emerged. No defensive fleet, no human soldiers, just silence. Admiral Krelthak's laughter filled the bridge. "The fools, they cannot hide forever. Prepare the next wave." Then the Earth outpost activated its countermeasures. Energy fields shimmered into existence, creating phantom decoys. Sarnax sensors were overwhelmed. Before the aliens could recalibrate, the surface exploded in a violent eruption as concealed kinetic weapons fired with pinpoint accuracy. 2 Sarnax destroyers were obliterated before they could maneuver. "Shields holding, Lieutenant?" the outpost AI asked in a calm, measured tone. "Barely," Hannah replied, a grim smile on her face. "Now let's wake the rest of the drill." Below the surface, the facility had been preparing for this moment for years. Massive railguns lifted from hidden vaults, their barrels extending through reinforced apertures. Plasma projectors ignited, forming lethal arcs of energy that danced like lightning across the battlefield. Automated defense drones launched with silent precision, cutting through boarding craft like knives through silk. The Sarnax, realizing too late that they had misjudged their prey, scrambled to retreat. Yet, the outpost's strategic depth allowed it to anticipate every maneuver. Orbital turrets, previously undetectable, struck the flagship Vorash, tearing open the hull. Emergency energy shields flared as the alien admiral's plans crumbled on the ground. Hannah activated the final stage of Project Talon, the subterranean displacement cannons. The drills, now fully engaged, caused targeted seismic shockwaves that cracked the planetary crust beneath the Sarnax ships, forcing them into chaos. Their communications broke down as panic set in. Through the turmoil, Hannah's calm voice echoed in the command center. "Let them see what they've awakened. Humanity does not hide. We prepare." Within hours, what the Sarnax had thought a trivial strike had become a catastrophe. Entire fleets were incapacitated, forced into retreat, while the so-called outpost revealed itself as a perfect combination of intelligence, firepower, and strategy. Admiral Krelthak, cornered and humiliated, faced the last transmission from Callisto 9. Hannah's face appeared on his screens, unflinching. "You underestimated us," she said simply. "You attacked what you thought was an outpost. You found Earth's elite. This is your only warning." In the cold vacuum of space, the alien armada turned tail. What they had seen was not a weak planet's defense. They had encountered the embodiment of humanity's ingenuity, tenacity, and ruthlessness when cornered back on Callisto. The drills slowed, the weapons retracted, and the AI hummed softly. Humanity had not only survived, it had shown the galaxy that it was a force not to be trifled with. Hannah watched the stars through the reinforced observation dome. "Let them tell their fleets what they've seen," she said quietly. "Let them know that Earth does not forgive, and it does not forget." And somewhere in the void, A new respect or perhaps fear of humanity began to spread.